I love to do disruptive engagement. So subversion is something that I'm very interested in. And so when you look at subversion, like graffiti, historically it's been done by individuals with an intent to amuse, to be clever, to challenge authority, to have fun. And with the rise of the relationship age, people began to organize in subversive ways, but with a good intent. So I don't know if you've heard of this or you've seen yarn bombing. Anyone ever see yarn bombing? So yarn bombing is when a group of individuals, you have? That's great. When a group of individuals get together and knit something and then go and create art out of it, like the Bull on Wall Street. So I'm working with some incarcerated youth up in Maine who actually have a knitting program going on in the program there, and we're trying to engage them in yarn bombing. Another example is guerrilla gardening. Anyone ever participate in guerrilla gardening? Boy, you do everything. You and I have to talk after, because you know, right? So in guerrilla gardening, what they do is it's a clandestine effort where they go and they find a vacant lot, an island that is unkept, and they sneak in at night and they do a planting there. So you see a transformation that takes place from start to finish. And they're doing good. That's a before and after example of guerrilla gardening. They don't ask for permission, but they do really good things. And that says the weapon of the next, what does it say? The weapon of the new revolution is not a gun, but a shovel. So people are engaging in flash mobs, random clandestine social experiments to do good. And for those of you who read, Wired Magazine this month has a great story about a team in Paris, the UX team, that snuck into the Pantheon and set up shop and restored the clock that had been inoperative there. And they did it without asking for permission because it was a good thing to do. And then when they told the director of the Pantheon that they had restored this clock that hadn't worked in many, many years, expecting the response to be, wow, that's fantastic, thank you for your contributions, only to be met with fury and outrage and to get sued twice by the French government, in which case, both cases, the suits were thrown out. And then the director set to destroy the clock because, well, it rings every quarter hour. And they had no plans to maintain or preserve it. And of course, there's no budget for that, so the best thing to do is to restore it to its dysfunctional state, right? So before they could return it to its dysfunctional state, the UX team snuck in, stole the cog that was the important cog that had been broken that they fixed, and are preserving it so that should a more progressive director ever come on board, they can put it back into its working state. Because the director had planned to destroy this cog. And, so you can see, so they're trying to do good. So I would like to introduce a new word. Rather than subversion, which has a ring of undermining authority, this is really superversion. And superversion is a positive social force with good intent. It is done for the for internal recognition, not external. It is secretive, it has good intent, it's magical, fun, energizing, creative, and it has this fear-excitement element to it. So part of it is, when I think about your work, when you do work that's planned, when you do something that's planned, it's work. When you do something that's unplanned, it's fun. But more than anything, superversion is meaningful and it matters. So telling you is one thing, but doing it is another thing. Doing something unplanned is play, like I said. So let's do this. How many people here have a cell phone with them right now? Great, a lot of people. Let's do a superversion exercise. This is going to be an exercise on Valentine's Day in flash appreciations. So if you have a cell phone, take it out right now. And hold it up so everyone can see what kind of cell phone you have. Look at that. We should turn off all the lights and do like a rock concert. Okay. If you don't have a cell phone, take a piece of paper and a pen. Okay? All right, so here's what we're going to do. What I want you to do is I want you to think of a person you appreciate. It may be someone close in your family, your work, or someone you see every day, or someone you may not have seen in a while. Think of someone that you appreciate. Now, it's time for chaos. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And what I want you to do right here, right now, while I'm up here on at this podium, I want you to call that person. And if you don't have a phone or a signal, then write a note down. And if you're too nervous to call someone and tell them you appreciate them, then you can write it down. So what I want you to do is you can write it down, put it in your pocket for later. You can mail it to them, you can call them later, you can create a Valentine out of it. And what I want you to do is, it's really simple. I want you to say, hi, whatever their name is. It's me, whatever your name is. I'm at the Core Network National Conference and was thinking of you. I wanted to tell you I appreciate you because, and then whatever you want to say. Gotta run, bye, and then hang up. Okay. This is a flash exercise, so you have 2 minutes. Go. Now, if they won't let you go, feel free, you can talk to them outside. This is the only time I've ever been in a session where someone said, turn on your cell phones. So how was that? It's funny how things are not as they appear. And that exercise in appreciation makes all the difference. You know, the infinite ways of good that result from telling someone that you appreciate them makes all the difference. And you know that because you do that with the people you work with the core members, with your families. And it's important that we take time every now and then to stop, pause for a minute, and tell people we appreciate them. So that was an exercise in superversion. So I propose we create a superversive environment on our road ahead. We can do better. And when you pray for patience, you're not giving patience, but the opportunity to learn patience. When you pray for courage, you're not given courage. You're given the opportunity to learn courage. And when you pray to do better, you are given the opportunity to do better. May we embrace this opportunity. Thank you.